So let me clarify why that last part, why is an input failure. And once it's an input failure, it just stops and doesn't do anything the rest of that. But the problem is that you're trying to put in a decimal into a special character into an int, and it doesn't work like that. So that's why it's an input failure. The other piece is that, let me come down here and do part 4 for you. Number 4, I know it's part of your homework with it, but let me get you started on that. So this is, I'll call this thing number 4. And again, I'm going to go in looking at it as a table header. This is what you have. So look at your table header. I have what? X, Y, are int, and your special character symbol is called char. So again, you're reading this in. I'm looking at what parts am I looking at? A, and I'll do like the first one for you. Now you can do the rest. Now, one of the things is that what you're going to understand is there's about 5 commands here. That's what you're looking at. So one of the first command that the book talks about is ignore, the first parameter to the end of line with it. So we're going to do A in a second, okay? So this is the input in this thing. So you come in and you look at this, and I want you to very carefully examine. Here's your table header, okay? It's X, Y, and char. A, it says cin, read in X and Y. X and Y, are int. So int is what? Here is your first line, 38 is an int. So just put in 38, right? And then your next one is space, 26. That's going to be what? Your Y. And then your next one, your cursor is blinking right here with it. It says cin dot ignore the next 100 line until you get to the what's \n until you get to the new line. So what this means is that your cursor here is going to ignore the next, after your 6, it's going to take the next 100 spaces, character positions, and go to the next new line. So your cursor's right down here before the 2. Okay. Read in the next one, which is symbol. My apologies, not a char. This is the day types of char typed it as symbol. Is and this is supposed to read in as what? So if you look at 38, 26, so your first one that's going to read in is number 2 is going to be apostrophe 2. Okay, so that's what makes it a little unique with it as well. Again, do this to the rest of all this. There's 5 commands here. They talk about cin, ignore, get, all that stuff with it. So all that's in your reading. If you set it up like the way how I have it right now, you should be able to do this. You want another one? Sure. Let's do B. Again, cin x. What's your x? Your x is an int. Read in 38. Okay. Ignore the next 100 until you get to the special character sign with this. Alright? So what does this mean? Well, you're going to take that space, whatever space it is, until you get to the asterisk, right? So where are you at? Where's your cursor now? Here's your asterisk right here. Okay, when you think about this. And then it tells you to read in cin y. Cin y. So y is what? An int. That's going to be your 67. Okay. Now, get symbol means what? Get the next symbol is what? Your cursor is right here. Get the next symbol is, what's that symbol? What's that symbol right here? Yes, that space in between is a symbol. So you got to represent that as that. Okay. So here, I don't know how I'm gonna, you know what I mean. If you look at here, there's an apostrophe 2, and there's an apostrophe in here as well. Okay. Please finish out C, D. How many are there? C and D. No E. Okay. So that's number 4 with it as well. So let me back out for a moment with it. So if you take a look at the homework that I asked you to do, and you know, number 4 is the homework. We just did A and B here, so you do C, D, okay? C and D. Let me take this to the next page, or an E. I guess there is a part E, I missed it. It's on the next page, so there is an E part. I can do, let's do number 5 together. It's not part of your homework, but let me do number 5. Again, you're welcome to use the Excel spreadsheet or Microsoft Word in this. So look at, look at your variable. What do you have? You have a deck. There's a double. And then you have what? All that's is in your table header. So what else do you have? You have a num, which is a number, integer. And then you have a string type, which is what? It has a asterisk in there. So let's just fill in what we currently have and what we do know. That's your initialization. This is your int. And this has an asterisk according to what's being declared right here, right? So it asks you what is the output of any using the same input for each part. All right. So that's what you start out with. Let me do A here. Okay. So C in. First one it wants to read in is a string. Right. This is your string, which becomes what? C in. Store that in string. This becomes what? Samantha. Uppercase. Right. Of course, when this happens, this gets strike through. Not underline, strike through. Like that. Well, that's strike through. It's not an underline. Okay. So when that happens with it, and then you want it to actually, the next part is to read in the deck, right? So this is your deck. This is your decimal 168.5, and this needs to get strike through. Okay, and then you read in your next one's your num, which is what? 46 here, and this gets strike through. Okay, so you get the gist of this. So this is part A. Let's do another one. I don't know. Let's do B. Is pretty simple. I'm looking at B. It's not that. Let's do C. I'll let you do C. All right. So take a shot at this. Take a shot at it. Pause the video. We'll do B and C together. So here is string. Here's num. And here's deck. So what is stored in here? Okay. And it wants you to output. Let me finish part A here as well, because I didn't do the C out. So there's a C out statement here. I want to put the C out here. So what is the output for this? For part A, it wants you to do the string space deck. So the C out, will that say what? What's my string? Samantha. Space. Deck's what? 168.5. Space. Num is what? 46. Okay. That's it. Now, let's do part B. Reading the string. What is stored as a string? What's your string? Here's your string. It's going to store what? Now, your input is still the same as Samantha, right? So that's still going to be Samantha. Okay. So num is your next one. So it's going to be 168.5. No, it's just 168. So that's your num right here. Okay. And then the next one says that once history is the deck is what? 0.5. So, okay. So that's how it's stored into this. Now, it wants you to output this, right? So, string. Here's my string, Samantha. Right, space. That's the space right here. Deck is what? My deck is 0.5, right? So it's not 6 here. Right, space, and then num is what? 168. So it kind of flips it, okay? So that's what that looks like. Do C. C in. Okay, hold on a second. Let me pause.